Good morning, Codger Biker here. Here's a little trick that I've learnt lately that works for me. I certainly wouldn't recommend it for yourself. Do it at your own risk, but it worked fine for me. It's to do with heating your gloves. Now, I prefer thin gloves which give you lots of feel, like these Vice summer gloves are my favourite. For the winter I bought some Furigan gloves which are sort of intermediate. I do have some winter gloves, but I find them too thick. So I've got heated grips on my new bike, but sometimes even then the backs of your hands can get cold. So there's a little trick that I found works for me anyway. I had to do a ride down the motorway, 1.5 hours each way, so 3-hour ride. And I thought, what can I do about my hands? So I bought some of these, which are Hot Hands hand warmers. They come in packs of 2, and you get 10 pairs for about £10. So a pair of them comes in at about £1, and it says up to 10 hours of heat, and 10 hours of heat is what you get. I wouldn't use any ones that use liquid fuel or anything like that, or microwave ones. As soon as you expose them to the air, a chemical reaction begins, and within about 5 minutes they're quite warm. So you open them up, they're like tea bags, if you can see that. And you don't really have to do anything. If you I give them a shake just in case, but I don't think that really activates them. I think it's the oxygen in the air that activates them. Then I place them one inside each glove, and when I put my hand in, I make sure that the tea bag type thing is there, and then they don't impede in the slightest because they're on top of your hands. Very cold out today, so I'm going to go for a little ride, see how I get on with them. Okay, so been riding for about 10 miles or so. It says it's 7 degrees out. It's not a particularly chilly day. I've got heated grips, but my hands very warm. Just show you how they work. You can see it's like a tea bag, and I just put it in my glove, try to keep it to the top of my hand, put my glove on, fasten it up, and don't get it too squashed. Also, I think wearing thin gloves is an advantage with this hand warmer technique, because they don't overheat, because there's a constant stream of cold air going over, which keeps them a nice cool temperature. My first concern when I first did it is that they would overheat. So I'd be on the motorway, my hands would be too hot, and it might be dangerous. But I've tried them several times prior to going on the motorway, and I've never had a problem. And they really do stay warm for about 10 hours, or these ones do anyway. So quite how they work fully I don't entirely understand. I believe that there is some iron filings inside there, some activated charcoal, some salt. It's supposed to be relatively inert, so but you know, you could have a skin reaction. They do actually say only to use them on your palms, so do this at your own risk. I found it to be a lot cheaper than heated gloves, which I'd probably either forget to charge or they would go flat within an hour or so. With this, you can pretty much ride all day. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Oh, while I'm here, I can have a talk about what I've done to my bike lately, and just show you one of the two things that slightly concern me. This is a Puig screen. Now, because it's very dull day, you might be able to see what I mentioned last time, that there is some internal reflection from the light, and I think that's caused by these bits that come down here where it's attached. It's just the way it's designed, I'm afraid. It doesn't cause me any problems, but it's worth mentioning, and something to be taken into consideration before you buy one. I've also fitted some hand guards while we're on the subject of keeping our hands warm. These are Powerbronze hand guards. They look okay. Quite difficult to get hold of at the moment. They seem to have sold out everywhere. That one might need a bit of adjustment. I quite like them. Probably sacrilege to people who like sports bikes. Excuse me. Also, the R&G sent me a new radiator guard, and that's gone straight on. Seems to be no problem at all. So appreciate that, because they were very quick to send me another one. No blaming me for ordering the wrong one or anything. They just changed it straight away. Attached in a slightly different way, and seems fine. No rattles or anything. So well done, R&G. That's my bike about finished for till the summer. The dealer said they'll fit me some bar risers when I go in for the first service, but the first service won't be until for 600 miles, and the weather being what it is, I don't know when I'm going to get to 600 miles, but we'll keep trying. At the moment I'm on 110, I think. And lots been said about these tyres not being very good. Maxxis, I think they are. I think they're great. I've only felt one twitch, and on my Africa Twin probably got a twitch every time I went out. So one twitch, and it's been winter. Apparently they don't last very long. That's the possible downside, but in terms of matching this bike, I think they're fine. But I'll be changing them for some Metzler Road Techs in the summer, or when these have actually worn out, probably. People said you can get 2,000 miles out of them, which is not very much, but it'll take me a while to get that far. Right, so nice warm hands with me hand warmers. Got heated grips and hand guards as well. That's about 30 degrees Celsius from there. Hot hands hand warmers. Comfort from cold, anywhere you are. It quite specifically says for the palm of the hand only, and the picture shows you the palm of the hand. Not to be used on the backs of your hands. So they say. So actually over 30.